Hey everyone, Dana here, and today on Ask an American, I'm going to dig into a question that I've been asked lots and lots and lots of times since I moved here to Germany. Why are Americans so crazy about their flag? Why do they love it so much? And the first thing that I would like to say to this question is, I don't think that Americans know that they are so unique in this love and craze of their flag. I don't think they know that. I don't think they know that people in the Czech Republic don't drive around with two little Czech flags flying out the window of their car like little antlers up there. At least I didn't know that people in other countries don't do that before moving over here to Europe. I grew up with the United States flag just being a normal part of life. It was just kind of everywhere. It was in front of stores. It was in every single classroom at school. It was in front of the school itself, out in front. It was in people's yards, either as a big standalone flagpole or coming off the porch. It was, like I said, outside of the windows of cars, kind of flapping out there. In summer camp, I learned all about how to respect the flag. Every single morning, we had a flag raising ceremony, and we would go and ceremoniously raise up the flag, and then in the evening, again, ceremoniously bring back down the flag and fold it respectfully. So yeah, it was just normal. I never gave our love and reverence for the flag a second thought, and definitely never considered the flag flying practices of other countries until I moved here to Germany and started getting this question, and then kind of looked around and realized oh yeah, that's true. Other countries don't seem to have their country flag all over the place like we do in the US. I listened to a podcast called The Bittersweet Life, which of course I will link to down below, and it's done by two American expats living in Rome, and one of them, Katie Sewell, I remember in one podcast she remarked how surprised she had been when she went to, I believe it was a military parade in Rome, and was surprised because she didn't see Italian flags flying all over the place during the parade. And yeah, in America, for any parade, let alone especially a military parade, the American flag is going to be front and center. You can be sure of that. It's going to be all over the place in the parade and held by spectators coming to the parade. But why? Why do people in the US really love and revere and fly their flag seemingly everywhere? Why is that? Well, let's start answering this question by looking at the national anthem of the country. The national anthem of the US is called the Star-Spangled Banner. The Star-Spangled Banner. Star-Spangled Banner, along with Old Glory and Stars and Stripes, is a nickname for our flag. The national anthem of the country is named after and sings all about the flag. And it's such a poetic and moving song about that flag. The lyrics for the anthem were written during the War of 1812. Once again, we were fighting against Britain, and this wasn't that long after our Revolutionary War, and so this war became known as the Second War for Independence. Once more, we were fighting for our freedom and our independence, and during this war, Francis Scott Key wrote the poetic, inspiring words for this brave, free land, and that democracy and freedom would win out against tyranny, and that we knew that freedom was winning because out in the distance, we could still see the symbol of that free country flying strongly out there. In researching this video, I looked up a bunch of other countries' national anthems. Germany's national anthem doesn't even mention the flag. Some other national anthems did make a mention of the flag, but most of them talked about the land itself, the geography, the people, the strength of the people, the country. But I could not find any other national anthem like the one of the US that really just talks all about the flag, and not just the flag as a symbol for the country, but the flag as a symbol for freedom and justice. I also looked up the other national symbols of the country and found that we actually also have a national march. It's called the Stars and Stripes Forever March and was written in 1896. And it also raises up the flag to be more than just a symbol of the country, but rather to be also a symbol of liberty, a symbol of bravery, a symbol of freedom. And so perhaps respecting the flag has been a way of respecting and showing reverence toward these noble ideals. One thing to note here, some people might point out, well, then doesn't it seem disrespectful to use the flag for advertising purposes or use it on underwear? And yeah, it's not supposed to be used for that, actually. There is a code written by the US government specifically saying how to respect the flag, and it especially says the flag is not supposed to be used for advertising purposes, nor is it supposed to be sewn into a handkerchief that you blow your nose in or printed onto napkins that you wipe your greasy face and hands with. The flag, like those noble ideals of freedom, liberty, and justice for all, is supposed to be respected. Why we channel these feelings into the flag and not, let's say, into the national bird or the national tree, I don't know. Was it the national anthem that channeled our passion into that flag? Or is it something with the flag itself? Perhaps it's because the flag itself is so representative of the actual country. Those 13 stripes, those stripes represent the original 13 colonies, the colonies that fought off the British, that decided to come together and fight for liberty and freedom and independence. And then you have the stars that started off with 13 stars, again, to represent the original 13 states. And those stars have grown to the 50 we now have today. The flag itself has really mapped our history as a country, and that's something that I think in general most Americans are pretty proud of. So yeah, we clearly have a very strong connection with the flag in the US. For us, the flag is a clear and strong symbol of the things that we are most proud of about our country, those ideals that we're proud of from the country's formation, as well as the things we are most proud of about the country today. So my question for you is, what do you make of all this? What do you think about this? Any other theories to add? Also, how about displays of patriotism? What kind of displays of patriotism, flags or otherwise, have you seen in your country or around the world? What kind of experiences have you had in this? Are there some countries that are more patriotic than others? What do you think? Please let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe for more videos and hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. And also to connect with me, to ask questions for the Ask an American series, to check out photos or other short video clips, you can check me out over here on my Twitter and my Facebook page. Until next time, auf Wiedersehen. I'm a fish. By the way, while doing my research, I also learned that the national tree of both the US and Germany is the oak. So go Oaks! It is called the Stars and Stripes Forever March. And okay, let's try again. Take 3.